It is well documented that people have a positive response in some words, such as kind and wonderful, and negative responses to others, such as evil and nausea. Okay, so that means, and it's well documented, so there must be like, some type of support for this. That makes sense. Recently, psychologists' experiments have revealed that people also have positive or negative responses to many nonsense words. Okay. This shows that people's responses to words are conditioned not only by what words mean, but also how they sound. So is this an argument or a set of facts?
I will say it's
What's the difference between the two?
It's a fact, right?
Nope, it has a conclusion. It's an argument, and we do have a conclusion.
Okay.
So what's our conclusion?
But also how they sound. This shows that people's responses to words are continued not only by what the words mean, but also how they sound.
Yes, this shows.
You're supporting.
This is what they're trying to. This is what the arguer is trying to prove, right? This shows excellence. Then we go on and says the claim that people have positive or negative responses to many nonsense words plays which of the following rules in the argument? So this is when I go and I find that sentence. So it's that people also have. So what is the relationship of this sentence to our conclusion? And so I'm going to make a prediction, and I think that it's showing the additional. It's showing that it's like additional support or an example of why it's not just what words mean, but it's showing us something else that people are conditioned to respond to. So it's a premise, right? Would you say that this green sentence is a premise?
Yes.
And we're bringing.
But how do you? Okay, people have positive or negative responses to many nonsense words. How could we predict that that's a premise? Because that supports the conclusion.
Yes, it does.
Because it doesn't have. See that it doesn't have no words that like you could predict it.
Anything that pretty much is not the conclusion is a premise in some sort of way.
Okay.
I mean, both of these are premises.
Okay.
But this is the sentence that it asked us about. And what kind of premise is it? Well, it's kind of just like an additional fact, right? That is showing support or evidence for people also respond to words by like how they sound or like these nonsense words. All right, so A, it is a premise offered to support of the conclusion that people have either a positive or a negative response to any word. Well, no, because we're not saying that people either have a positive or negative response. We're saying they also respond to this other thing too, right?
How they sound, yeah.
It's not A. B, it is a conclusion. Well, at this point, I would cross it off, but because it's not a conclusion, but let's just finish it for now. It is a conclusion for which the only support provided is the claim that people's response to words are conditioned both by the. No, it's not the conclusion. It's just a fact. It's a generalization partially supported by the claim that meaningful word. No, it's not it's not a generalization. We're not taking something and then generalizing it to a larger group. And not supported by anything. It's just a fact.
Okay. So sometimes you can cross out something from the first.
Oh yeah, sentence. But don't yet. Don't yet.
No, not yet.
Eventually you'll get there for sure.
Okay.
Okay, like this, it is a premise offered in support of the conclusion, yes, that people's responses to words are engendered not only by what the words mean, but also how they sound. That's exactly what I predicted.
Okay.
And then E, well, it is not a conclusion, but it is a conclusion supported by the claim that people's responses under experimental conditions are essentially no, stupid. Because it's not
I even say it is a premise. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not, and like, what is it, like, what is supporting this sentence? Nothing. So like nothing is supporting this. It is just a fact that we are offering that, like, hey, psychologist experiments have revealed this. Like we're not trying to support this, like, like the experiment. We're just saying, hey, this experiment happened.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my answer to it.
Perfect.